Hello, boys and girls, my name is Hotsty and welcome back to Factorio Space Age. And today we are exploring a bit because today we want to start laying out the layout, the foundation of our rail network. And it would be nice if, at least at the beginning, the layout does not have any rails crossing through any of these nice large patches of ore. And we can also see there are some nests around. I have kept them out of the pollution cloud, but pollution cloud will extend, so I will have to make sure that they are kept at bay, because I don't really want to set up defenses in our base just to keep them that way. And with the past series, we always had a bit of a twist or a challenge. In the first one, it was no belts, only inserters and chests and trains to move things around. And then last time, I transported only the ores and basically had the whole factory pipeline going on wherever we needed. We produced everything on site. And I think we will also introduce a challenge here. And the thing I thought of was we will smelt everything where we mine it. And then we have a kind of city block design, which worked last time quite nicely. We will see how far we get with that. But looking at this, let's reduce the cloud here. We have here some crude oil. We have stone that we will need. We have iron down here, iron here, copper, coal, and uranium. And if we think about straight lines, we might think, okay, let's have a horizontal line down here. That means this iron field is above and this copper field is below, and we probably can also have something up here. However, I have been at work a bit in the background and designed something for our rail network that I think will look quite nice. It's this setup. Hexagonal shape. It's quite large because what I learned in the past, you probably want to have things with enough space, so we can have that. So basically the way this works, let's try to start up here. And probably I have to go up there. So let me quickly drive up there, and then we can start placing the hexagonals there at the top, bring it down towards our base. Nice. It did place the thing. It was just not visible. And here we can then place the next one and bring that down that way. And we will, what this layout does not include is any turnaround points. So this means if we basically come this way and we want to go that way, because for example we have a station here to load, station there to drop off, there is no easy way to go this way, but we can go that way and then come back this way, and that will work. So basically the turnaround is one time around the whole hexagonal shape, and that will do. If we figure out this does not work, we can add basically add-ons with elevated rails here at the end to make turnarounds here at the horizontal pieces. But let me lay out a bit more of this shape. And what we also then want to think about is, what does that mean for our robot network, and what other implications might there be that we have to think about. Here we can see how the shapes come together side by side. Maybe this is a better view because they fit nice into each other, and by the looks of it we managed to encapsulate this copper field ore nicely in the hexagonal there. Question then is, do we manage the same thing on this side with the iron ore field, and how about the stone field? But we will figure that one out. What we also need is a proper setup with radars, so we can see what's going on everywhere. And as you can see by the part that is uncovered by me standing here in the middle, it's quite large, so radar in the middle would probably not cover everything and would potentially also be in the way of some buildings that we want to have here. So I'm thinking that we can have them here on the outside, maybe in the middle of these straight sections, and thereby probably have a bit too many radars, but at least they are evenly distributed. And we can also have then our network aligned to that as well. I do not really intend to have a large logistics network, but what I want to have is that we can use it for building, and that's where we want to have basically the whole base covered with logistics. So the robots, construction robots, can reach all the things that they need to build, and also have the material they need for the building. And then we will have kind of a logistic mall which uses robots, and there we have to see how we can manage that then becomes basically an insulated network, so that our logistics robot do not fly all over our base to collect materials, but we deliver the material to the logistic hexagon, um, and then the robots can pick it up from there. But let me lay out a bit more of these um, tracks, and as you can see, part of it goes right through our first base. We will leave that part out. I think we will start with filling things in down here, where we then basically have the copper, the iron. We also need the oil, but probably before we really can get to that point, we will need for the smelting the electric smelters, because I don't fancy carrying coal or other fuel to all our mines to fuel the steel furnaces. So we want to go directly there with the electric ones, which means it will also be a power hungry setup, meaning we should think solar or potentially nuclear. But that's definitely something we don't have to worry about just now. I think I have let out quite a bit, as we can see here, and as we saw earlier, we were lucky with this copper field. This iron patch also fits nicely in, as does the oil. However, the stone, that's right on an intersection. So we probably can mine a bit of the stone at the side here, but I suspect we will need a different field for that. And looking at the research, a lot of the things we want to do is kind of locked behind oil processing. So for that we need to pump a bit of oil, and then that opens up that whole can. And I think oil processing we will place down here, because there we have a tiny slither of water that we can pump in for our factory, and then fill in the oil up here and bring it down there. So that means we need to add place some rails. We will not add everything, especially not here where our current base is. But I think in order to have a functioning setup, we need vertically, we need two adjacent hexagonals, so we can make the turnaround. Horizontally, we should be okay with one, which means the track would snake around a bit like that. So coming from here, going down, up and over, up, and so on. So that will need mean placing quite a few rails. We have started to produce them in the last episode, and now we can actually make use of them. And here we have to then also add a bit of landfill to get over the water. We place in the power and the poles. We will add the signals, and then here in the middle, I think it's with this pole, we will have radar on this side, and then we can have a logistic hub on that side. But this first part here was placing down all the track, the signals, and the power poles. That's a bit boring work, so let me get that out of the way, and then hopefully we can see some finished hexagonal shapes that we can then fill in at a later point. As we can see in the map view, quite a few hexagons have been placed down, and I went along the lines to have this copper field in here, but also the crude oil, which we will need. And I think if we just do some loading, we can get away with just one horizontal tile, because we can come in here from this side, for example, and then make the round out that way or that way. That should turn out well. But then we will also need some fuel. That's why we have coal here on this side also incorporated, and we should be able to get around everything that we need. But I think we will deal with trains in the next episode, because it took quite a while and quite a few resources to get all that rail let down, and hopefully until we have to do the next big expansions, we have some robots that should make the whole process less tiresome. Until next time, goodbye!